Hi, cuties. Welcome back to Literally No One Asked. I'm Madi.
And I'm Rylee.
We're the two sisters raised on creators like Trisha Paytas and Tana Mojo. And obviously, we love to cosplay and dress up, and we want to share that love for you guys.
We also created this podcast because we both use our creativity for work. So this is one that's truly just for fun. And we'll be here every week discussing topics that we think more people should talk about. And we hope that you tune in. But if not, that's okay because literally
no one asked.
So every week we choose a topic that we think more people should talk about or should get more recognition. And this week we are talking about our B-tier gay icons.
And now when we say that, B-tier is not to diss you guys. It's more so like other people don't see you as A or S tier, and we see you as A and S tier. And so we want you up there. We are giving you recognition.
Yeah, this is not a dig, and if anything, this is a serve. Like in our house, in our world, you're A tier icons. Yep. So this discussion is to bring more light to you. So I'll get started. So my number 5 for my B-tier gay icon is Perry from Love on the Spectrum. So I don't think you've watched Love on the Spectrum, right? No. So a little bit about Perry. I think she's only been featured in this most recent season that came out, but she's looking for love and she is specifically looking for another woman to date. So obviously our gay icon, but I loved her. She was one of my favorite people they followed on the season. And one of her special interests was the Massachusetts Bay transportation system. So she was always like, I just want to find my tea princess, someone I can ride the train with. And I just think that's so wholesome. Like, I want to find my tea princess that I can ride a train with. Like, I think that's so cute.
She does deserve her flowers. That's adorable.
Exactly. So love Perry. So if you see this girl, you're an A tier icon in my heart.
Shouts out. And my number 5 starting off is Frankie Grande. Again, not a diss. It's just like, I didn't know she had a sibling for so long. Okay, like I had no idea. But looking into him, he also sings, dances, he hosted in a couple things. And so he also is very talented, but I really see him being just that really good, supportive big brother. And it's really adorable. So, he deserves a little more recognition like Ari. Ari is obviously S tier gay icon, but give Frankie Grande his flowers too. He gay.
Okay. He actually gay. So
exactly.
Versus flowers. So we love him. I remember seeing all the stuff when Wicked came out, him being on the carpet with her and just being a sweet brother. So
yeah, that photo that was shown, just so cute. You can just tell he's always been so happy. So her getting Glenda in Wicked, he was literally I'm so proud of my baby sister, which is just so adorable. So shouts out Frankie Grande.
So for my number 4, this is Bradley on a Budget. And you haven't seen Bradley on a Budget before, right?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to give a little explanation for who he is. So I follow him. I've been following him for a few months now. And I like him. He's been getting in controversy lately online because people call him mentally ill, he's too extreme. But basically his whole page is around trying to help people save money and live life on a budget and open your eyes to the fact that you're spending too much money on dumb things. Mm-hmm. So he talks about just different ways he does to save money. But these are the reasons he's kind of getting people are you're sick. For example, he doesn't buy any toilet paper.
What is he?
Okay.
What does he do? He's still... And you said he's gay?
Yes.
You're still a man. What is going on there?
So let me clarify. He doesn't buy toilet paper, but he saves all of the napkins from different restaurants that he goes to. So Sonic, Subway, Chipotle, he wipes his ass with the Chipotle napkins. He has a little pull-out drawer next to his toilet.
You're gonna need them after that Chipotle and all that Sonic. You're gonna need a lot of napkins.
No, literally. So he does that. He doesn't turn on his heat.
What do you mean?
It shows him in the wintertime. He's like, so, I don't turn on my heat unless I have a guy come over. So it shows him with 3 blankets on, under the covers, shivering. He's like, I'll make it through the night with my 3 blankets.
Why are you forcing yourself to be a Victorian child? We are living. Why? What? So, I mean, I get it, the budget thing. But I get the girl.
No, yeah. So I agree with that. Like, I'm not
Some
gonna be
things,
turning
fine.
my heat off to save like $20 on my bill, you know. But there are some things that I take from that I think are good. Like, he reminds you not to eat out because it's stupid, and you don't need to spend that extra money. Yeah, I have food at home, or
Yeah.
like just little like cutting the tube off of your toothpaste. Like, that is a genuinely
that is
good
fun.
hack to get it. So take what you like, pull what you don't
Disregard
like.
what you don't like. The Chipotle napkin. Oh my god.
But I like
Buy
Bradley on a
toilet
budget.
paper.
And he's gay. I don't know if I even said that at the beginning, but he is gay. Like, part of the way he makes money is he works at a strip club. He has an OnlyFans.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
the only time he's like spends money or turns on his heat is when he has a guy come over
Well,
and wipes his ass with real toilet paper. No.
does he have real toilet paper for when
No.
people? So he makes
Or
his
maybe he does. I remember he was like, sometimes I have to hide the like crazy things I do when I have people come over.
Well,
Like,
if you gotta hide your budgeting thing, I think that's a sign. It's my strange addiction.
like one of
at
my
that point.
personal favorites was like, you know, takeout containers. Like, when it's like to go. He uses the same one for lunch every day, and he's had it for years. It's stained down. It's stained down.
The microbacteria is growing in that plastic. Go
I know,
crazy.
the microbacteria and the
Hey, girl, hey. That's scary.
But I do love him, so Bradley on a budget is my number 4. Hey, quick break. Just wanted to let you know that this episode is brought to you by, well, me. When I'm not dressing up and recording this podcast, I actually run a business, and it's called Rylee Social Media Services. I work with brands, entrepreneurs, and creatives, all to help them grow their strategies, create engaged audiences, and create content that actually resonates. So if you're ready to grow your social media, check the show notes for a special discount just for you.
And then my number 4 is Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch, reverting back to the last episode, bringing back some Lilo and Stitch moment. Obviously, a like giving gender fluid, gay drag icon from Disney. And the new movie looks adorable, like the live action with the
So
girl,
cute.
except for the fact they cut out trans drag icon Pleakley. Well, they didn't cut him out, but like they're not making him dress up, which is very
They're
disappointing.
dimming his light. We're not going to see him in his floral fit.
They want to be like these angry liberals. Yeah, I'm angry. I am angry, okay? Okay? But no, like such an icon. I remember even then just being like, oh my God, it's so cute. Because they're aliens. They don't have gender. What are you talking about? They're aliens, first of all.
Let Pleakley wear a dress.
Let Pleakley wear a dress. It's fine. They look so currently. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Let it happen. So that's why, I put Pleakley as number 4 because trans, drag, gay, all of them. Bow, bow, bow. Icon.
We still see you, king
Yeah,
or
we still-
queen, royalty.
Legend.
My number 3 is Burt and Irving from Severance.
Oh, so good.
We are huge Severance fans in this house, and I love all of the relationships in Severance. I love Mark and Helly, Mark and Miss Casey / Gemma. Spoiler. But I think I love Burt and Irving as well because theirs is just like one of the most wholesome love stories, and I really
wholesome.
like when they show older gay relationships because yes, it's super sweet to see like heartthrob and young people discovering it so early. But what about the people who maybe didn't get that chance when they were younger or didn't realize until they were older? And what if love does transcend severance? So
Yeah.
that one's my number 3. On a more my first 2 are a little more funny, but I really
On a
do
deep note.
love their gay representation. I love Burt and Irving so much.
And like you're saying, like with the old like gay representation, there is like a really large portion of like kind of saying older gay men especially can be rare because of the AIDS epidemic and everything. Millions of people died and it wasn't just men, but a large portion of them, you know what I mean? So it is like sometimes it's like, oh, it's just like nice to see and like a good reminder. So it is really sweet. And they did it in a really tender way. It wasn't like they're gay. It was just like they're in love and it's really sweet.
Like the oh my god thing wasn't that they're gay. The oh my god thing is that
They're severed.
yeah, they're severed and they're not gonna know each other on the outside. So
Yep.
I really like that. It was-
They did it in a really beautiful way. And then my number 3 is Peach, Rosalina, and Daisy. And number 3 for the 3 queens of Nintendo. They all needed to be grouped in here because look at the background, first of all. Serving gay icons. For me, at least, y'all can argue in the comments. I don't really care. Lesbian is Peach. Pan queen is Rosalina. And obviously, bi icon is Daisy, of course. And there's other canonically queer coded and things like that characters in Nintendo, like Birdo.
I was gonna say Birdo.
Birdo is canonically a trans character in the universe and stuff like that. So, but you know, they deserve their spotlight because I'm sick of seeing her with Bowser. I'm sick of seeing her with Luigi. Let them have each other. It's a good time, okay? Let them be gay.
And Daisy and Peach are not sisters.
No,
they're
they're
besties. I want to see Peach and Daisy together. I want to see Rosalina with maybe Toad. I don't know. Pauline.
She's Benny. Yeah, Latina Betty.
Bro, I think she's Italian.
Oh, well, us too. Mamma mia. We are Italian, that ass.
So every week, it's really hard to narrow it down to our top 5. So we try to give an honorary shout out to someone who almost made our list, but maybe didn't quite. So for this episode, since it's Be Tier Gay Icons, we wanted to shout out Ursula. She just already gave me drag queen cute vibes. I don't know. She was giving queer coded.
Of course.
And so when I did a little bit of research, yes, it is confirmed that the creators were inspired by Divine, one of the OG drag queens who was in Pink Flamingos, which was super popular, and just made a good representation for like the drag queen community, really got their name out there, helped bring them to more spotlight. So I thought that was really cool to learn about, that she truly was like, her eye makeup was similar to Divine's and like her kind of style and jewelry. But when I was researching it, something I found kind of sad was the drag queen Divine passed away just before Little Mermaid could come out. So they never got to see Ursula and how iconic she is. So.
That's so sad. And yeah, Divine is truly an icon amongst the queer community and the drag community. If you've ever heard the audio on TikTok, that's like, kill all men. And it's like that. That's Divine. So
she been new.
Yep, she been new.
And something else I thought was interesting is I always thought Ursula was an octopus, but depending on what side of the argument you were on, technically she's a squid because she only has 6 tentacles. But some people are like, well, she has 2 arms and 6 tentacles, so that's 8 limbs, so she's an octopus. So
that's really interesting.
Depending on where you fall in the debate, she's a squid or an octopus. But
interesting. Cool. And then this kind of goes not quite into the honorary. It kind of goes into our number 2, but I wanted to take a moment because this is for our Pride Month, talking about our gay icons. And as you can tell, this whole time I've been dressed up as a brick. And I'll talk more about why I put, number 2, but I wanted to give some history as to the Stonewall and everything, why we have pride and gay rights. So for Stonewall, it happened in June, of course, 28th of 1969, and it was in New York in a bar, and it was Stonewall Gay Bar. That's why it's called that, and they did actually throw bricks, but a police raid happened, and they arrested nearly 400 queer individuals, and the protest lasted for multiple days over that time. But during that time, a bunch of people threw things, the brick and everything, but most importantly, Marsha P. Johnson, she was said to throw a shot glass that would be heard around the world. And she was a trans woman, and she did drag, and she was just such a legend during that time, helping people in the crowd, fighting against the police during that time. So because of all of their queer efforts and fighting against the police brutality, it brought us Pride Month and a lot of our gay rights. And so, of course, we love all of our queer icons. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and we will continue to do so. So part of that, finishing off this fun little segment, we wanted to do, if we had to lip sync for our lives, what song would we choose? And it was really hard to pick, so I was thinking, at least for me, I'm picking like an early 2000s song and a more recent song. Period. I think it's a good way because on Drag Race, RuPaul's, I at least mostly watch US, they usually do a good variety of older songs, newer songs, somewhere in the middle. So I kind of like that. But
okay, what would your songs be? Okay,
so I'm pretty sure I decided my earlier 2000s song would be Disturbia by Rihanna. I just feel like that is just Disturbia. I want to get copyrighted, so I can't do much. But yeah, y'all already know that. It's just so good. And then I guess that would kind of go hand in hand. I guess my other one I was going to say was Dancing in the Dark. I never double checked who it was. But if you know what I'm talking about.
And I was like, you have to specify it's like the early 2000s EDM. I was like, the one by Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, whatever the one that's like the cataracts is that. Yeah. Is that one. But my like newer one, obviously my gay ass, I'm going to choose Lady Gaga, like obviously. But instead of Abracadabra, I would have to choose Garden of Eden. Like doing a lip sync to that because I love Lydia B. Collins, Slay Queen. And she's been doing a lot of lip syncs to those and they're amazing. So I would love to lip sync for my life to that.
Period.
What about you, Queen?
For me, this one was easy. One of the one song that I've always loved is "You Know I'm No Good" by Amy Winehouse. I love to sing that one. I could confidently sing that one without even a audio track in the back.
Oh,
it wouldn't be very good. It wouldn't sound great, but I know all the words.
Your
so I would lip
would
sync
be in it though.
Yeah, I would lip sync for my life with that one. But a more recent song that I would probably lip sync for my life for is Nissan Altima by Doechii. I listen to that song whenever I'm trying to get like hyped up in a good mood, and I've been listening to her for a few months now. So I feel like I have that song in my heart.
Period.
And also, I think she's bi. So
yeah,
gay icon.
Gay icon. Second honorary through in there. Ow.
Okay, and now it's getting down to the bread and butter, our final two. So my number 2 is Santana and Brittany from Glee.
Queen.
I loved Glee growing up. I remember watching it weekly when it would come out. I remember watching the Glee Project every week. I think that's how we got Sam, Charty Mouth.
Yeah.
But I loved Glee. And obviously we all know Kurt and Blaine, like kings. And I love Kurt and I love Blaine, and they can sing their asses off. However, this is B tier icons. And so that's why I'm choosing Santana and Brittany. Because when you think of gay icon from Glee, you're probably going to think of Kurt or Blaine, not Santana and Brittany. But I think it's Santana and Brittany. I always loved their songs. I always loved their little dances, like the "Say a Little Prayer for You" lives forever. Lives rent free in my mind. So I wanted to shine a little light on them because, yeah, you are going to typically think of Kurt and Blaine. And I fell off, unfortunately. I didn't finish Glee. So I researched it, actually, and I found out that it kind of wraps up with Kurt and Blaine and Brittany and Santana having a joint wedding.
Aww.
So that's cute.
That's really cute. I'm so happy. And I was coming down talking, the history behind Stonewall and the brick. So, you can kind of get some background of importance. So during, I believe, season 15, our queen, well, she didn't win, but, love her. Q, dressed up as the brick for a maxi challenge. And they, introduced her, the gay icon, the brick. And I was just dying because I was like, that's genius. Yeah, like we talk about, all the other icons, but not the brick that was thrown. So you need to give some credit on my brick's name. And I really wanted to be the brick today. So I made the brick. And we got everything else to, complete the brick look. And yeah, so, credits to Q, obviously. Her bit was just like genius for that. So I really needed to use that for this bond today because I just thought it was so perfect. So, coming back to what I said about the Stonewall and everything, that's why it's number 2. It's funny, haha, and giving cute drag moment, but genuinely love all of y'all that did that for us, and just shouts out to Queer Month and all my siblings, my queer siblings out there.
So cute. Okay, so my number 1, who I'm dressed as, is Trisha Paytas. We talked about for the show, we're not going to dress up typically as who our number 1 is because we don't want to give it away. But I almost didn't put Trisha on this list because
she's so A tier, S tier even.
S tier gay icon to me. But I saw her talking on her podcast about how when she wanted to be on SNL, that Lauren Michaels was like, who? Didn't even know who Trisha Paytas was. So that's why I was like, okay, she's probably more B tier because I feel like even straight people will be like, I know Prince, Freddie Mercury, I don't know.
Unfortunately, people are like, JoJo Siwa.
Criminal. But so that's why I wanted to put Trisha on here because not only, and she has a special place in my heart. Yeah. We grew up watching Trisha. I remember in 2013, 2014.
Yeah. I was like a child watching her unbox sex toys from Adam and Eve. But I was like, yes, queen.
She would do story times about her days as a stripper. That's why I am.
She was just so entertaining. She's always been entertaining. Like when I was watching her pod the other day, like her Just Trish pod, she was talking about how when she was like a kid, like 9 or something, she was an extra in the Titanic, like drowning in the water. Like she's always been doing something, as you saw in that edit clip a minute ago. And if you know anything about Trish, she was in one of Eminem's music videos, and that's actually one of our favorite songs from him as well. So she's just such an icon. Oh
no, I love her. And on a real, she's funny and she has been controversial in the past, and I'm not excusing anything that she's done. However, she's still human. She's just an influencer, and what I love about her, she's not afraid to admit that she's wrong, talk about how she's grown. I've seen her through it all. So seeing her with a family and being healthy and happy, I love seeing it. And honestly, she is just herself, and it's hard to be yourself and dress up and be fearless, but Trisha has always been unapologetically herself, loves to do what she loves to do. And so taking a piece of that with me today as I am Trisha like fish.
Yeah, and take a moment to congratulate her on her baby boy. On all of her pods, she's been like, if I have a boy, he has to be gay. And I'm just manifesting, you know what, first of all, it's Pope Francis. So we'll get that out of the way. It's Pope Francis. She's such a queen. Yeah, she deserves her flowers. And so that's why it was really hard putting her in B tier. But this is what we're saying. She is A tier, S tier.
Exactly.
My number one for my B tier gay icons is Pearl from Steven Universe, because if you aren't like queer, you probably haven't watched Steven Universe. There are lots of queer people who haven't watched Steven Universe, but not like a large enough amount for a lot of people to know it. Like, yes, it was on Cartoon Network, whatever, but a lot of people were like, meh, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of queers gravitated towards it because it was genuinely queer undertoned, and like, the creator of it is queer and a lot of the team is, and so it's just so beautiful. But Pearl specifically, they're like literal aliens, and they were supposed to like destroy the Earth and different planets and stuff, but the one that she served was like, I want to protect Earth and I want to keep it safe. So she kept this secrets for thousands of years and like gave her whole life's purpose to this woman. And then after loving her for so long and devoting herself to her, she had met this dude. You know, the bisexuals love their, you know, just like Caleb Herring said, the bisexuals live and love their boyfriends. And she left her that devoted her life to her for this man, and then she basically died and became her kid. Like, it no longer existed. There was no body. She became her kid, essentially, which is Steven Universe. But yeah, so it was just pain, and that's why she's my number one, because first of all, as a lesbian, the lesbian pain is just so real. And it's just such a beautiful show. You should watch it, no matter what. It's just such a really good show. And I'm sad about Cartoon Network being...
I know.
It's just so sad. All of it's so horrible. I hate it. I hate it a lot. But that's why I made Pearl my number one.
That is a good number one. And I think that is all of our B tier gay icons. So
our number 5.
To conclude it, we're gonna pick a number one most gay, most B tier icon, and I
think it's really easy to decide here.
I was gonna say love Pearl. That was a beautiful story. However, Trisha like fish.
Trisha like fish.
She is, and I hope she sees this because you are S tier in our house. You are our queen.
Yeah, you're our queen. Congrats again on your 3rd baby queen. You are so amazing. Love you.
But thank you so much for watching this week's episode on our B tier gay icons. Let us know who we missed, who would be on your list, and for the hint on next week's episode, well, let's just say you're going to want to start saving up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time, because literally
no one asked.
Thanks.
And back again is me. I'm also here to tell you that this episode's brought to you by me. I run my small business lunar cause, so if you're ever in the SLC area and you want to grow your natural nails strong and healthy with intricate custom nail art, you'll come to me for that, of course. And you can see more information for that in the show notes below.